Hey up everyone, welcome to another video. This video is split over two sessions. It starts off at a first feeder location, just showing you its surrounding area now, and view that I get from height. A bit of a slow session, unusual for time of year. You'd expect more squirrels to sort of be in the area. And I did see some, but they were sort of exhibiting unusual behaviour. They're in and around feeder, but they didn't really want to commit. I saw this one. Initially I saw it base at feeder. I tracked it for a little bit, and it does go on to feeder, but just didn't present a shot. I'm trying to get lined up. I'm being conscious of that head movement. Whether I were a bit too slow, or whether squirrel were a bit too fidgety, who knows. But on this occasion I didn't get my opportunity that I was looking for. You see it's got its back to me, can't take that shot. And before I got a chance to take that shot, it buggers off really. One of these circumstances, you just have to be patient and expect that you'll get another opportunity. So slip safety back on, sit rifle back down, and then I'm back into watching wildlife for a little bit. There's no hardship sitting there watching wildlife, just watching it go by for a little bit. And this video gets really interesting in its second session, a little bit further along, so stick around for that. Some real good wildlife photography really, or videography. As you can see, I've spotted some more movement. I'm inside that, they call it a 3-man pop-up hide. But I've left this in situ now, as you're aware of. It's a really comfy spot. I've got another squirrel at bottom at feeder. Frustrating again, back to me. So I'll wait for my opportunity. Looking for that perfect moment really. This footage is with camcorder. You can see that branching way. Turns again like that. There we go. Nice shot. It is from ATN's view. So I'm just waiting for it to turn around really. Give me a little bit more head to look at. It's a nice shot. It reacts a little bit funny. A bit shot. Placement weren't brilliant. Thinking about a second shot. It's not needed on this occasion. That's one hit bag. It was a difficult morning, so I'm pleased to get that first one. Like I said before, they were acting a little bit strange, them squirrels. They're in and around feeder. Weren't too interested in coming to it. But always gives you that little bit of extra confidence when you do get first one hit bag. And it fills you with optimism, thinking that, you know, others might follow. So on a cold winter's morning, it's always handy to have a nice cup of coffee. I've got my camcorder set up there on Gen 2 sticks. Nice warm cup of coffee, warms you up as day goes on. And here's my rifle, Air Arms Ultimate Sport, Ratworks tuned, top with ATM 4K Pro scope. Get around about 110 shots per fill, so more than plenty. And I shoot .177 caliber, as everybody knows. I prefer that flatter trajectory of that pellet. So it's usual circumstances really. Once you've got one, it tends to pick up on activity. You usually get others that follow. And so it's caught my eye. It's actually an M pheasant. Now this footage was shot at the beginning of January, although I've released this footage in February. Just bear in mind that this M pheasant is in season at the time of filming this video. So I'm watching this pheasant and I'm looking for a shot. Now I'll just reiterate this. This is January. If I wanted to take this M pheasant, it is in season. I do have permission to take them on this particular permission. There's no shoots involved on this particular permission. As I'm watching pheasant, I spot this squirrel coming. So my attention turns to that. This is camcorder footage. I wonder if it's going to muck around again. I wonder if it's coming to feeder or if it's going to go to base at feeder. There we go. Nice shot. Second squirrel on deck. Here's ATM footage. I like to show you both perspectives. It's a nice shot. Straight down that squirrel. Now I can turn my attention back to this end pheasant. I've got my primary target. So a nice double there. Squirrel first, except ones that are doing all damage to woodland, and that's the primary reason I'm here. But M pheasant's more than welcome, and obviously that'll go home with me, make a nice meal. So here we are in slow motion. It's pheasant in slow motion as well. I've said it before, but flapping around, it's just inhibition. It's what you expect when you shoot a bird in head. The last instinct's to run, and they are going to flap around. I can assure you it's a humane kill. So as ever, just track both for a little while. Make sure that shots were true. And then go through my routine. Safety on. Put rifle nice and safe. And then it's back to observing again. So that brought this particular session to a halt. There's two squirrels. I just want to show you this next image. That second squirrel I shot. I'd never seen this before actually. But when I went to retrieve them, you can see bubbles coming out of the cranium. There's the trio, ready to go home and make some nice meals out of them. So now we're into the second session. This is in my shed hide. I'm overlooking another feeder. And it's early morning. I had a visitor turn up quite quickly. You can tell it's early morning. With graininess at image. It's good enough to be able to show you how it unfolded. First squirrel down. Pleased with that. Always like early morning visitors. Sets you up, gives you that enthusiasm for the session ahead, and fills you with a little bit of confidence, really. So I'm happy with that. Safety on. Stop scope from recording. You can see the suit I'm wearing here. I got a fishing suit over Christmas, purchased it, trousers at the top, thermally insulated, absolutely fantastic. Keeps me lovely and toasty and warm in that hide. Anybody's interested in one, I think it was off Amazon or eBay. You can find plenty of them. But it's a really good addition to winter kit. I've got another squirrel in my sights. I've actually got two. I've got one on tree here, and I've got one on feeder. Two arrived at the same time. So I'm just debating which one's going to give me the best option, best shot. This one we're mucking about a bit. That first squirrel I shot bounced behind a tree trunk. So this one's investigating its fallen comrade behind there. It's a bit fidgety. It runs up tree, above feeder, then comes back down. You can see it's on alert. I know the reason it's on alert after the event, but we'll see that shortly. Up into the tree. It took a bit of patience. Head movement, roll over. I'm just waiting for that crucial second that I need. Straight to base it, or straight through centre at skull. That you can see front reaction. Really good shot. Its nerves have kicked in and it's gripped a tree with its little claws on its feet. Once it relaxes, it drops to the floor. Now this squirrel will on high alert, and you'll soon see why. So no sooner had I shot that squirrel than I noticed this really welcome visitor. As soon as I shot it, I saw this buzzard flying to the tree. It stayed there for a minute or two, but it swooped down behind base of the tree. Remember that first squirrel ended up there after it bounced about a bit. I've seen buzzards in this area a lot of times, and they always come along and have a look at squirrels that are on the floor, but I've never actually witnessed them do this. So this buzzard grabs that first squirrel, pulls it off into some undergrowth, so it's got a bit of cover. Decides to claim the squirrel for itself, and proceeds to tuck in for an early morning breakfast. I didn't mind. I'm quite pleased to see it actually do this. And I've willed him to do it on so many occasions, but it was just nice for it to finally sort of come together. You can see what it's doing here. You can hear magpies in the background. Magpies has noticed something's happening, so they've come in. You can see it's like covering it up so they can't see it. So what I decided to do is try and protect its breakfast. You can just see that magpie just at the right of the screen. I can't get a shot. Buzzard flies up into the tree. That's first magpie. I saw that drop down into undergrowth. And here's the second one. Nice hard lung shot. So me and buzzards working together. They want squirrels for the breakfast, and I'm happy to sort of help and protect it. Now what all this commotion did really, it sort of, well, buzzards being in the area, it buggered my session up a little bit, but what a spectacle to sort of witness, really. I'd managed to get a bit of shooting in. That had been successful. And it was just a pleasure, really, to sort of witness this behaviour. This footage is quite long, so if not your thing, then, you know, fast forward video a little bit, but it did bring session to an halt. There was too much sort of predator activity in the area, so there are no more squirrels going to come in. I'd managed to bag them couple of magpies as a bonus, so I've got to thank buzzards for that, really. If it weren't for them, they wouldn't have turned up. You don't have to make short work of these squirrels. I see all blood on its face and on its beak. You see it there, really enjoying its breakfast. What magnificent birds they are. They're quite common now. This is common buzzard in UK. And I see a lot of these now in areas that I sort of visit. It's nice to see that there's been like a resurgence of them, you know, and they are common, as the name sort of says. I found it fascinating just sitting there watching them, particularly eating like they are doing. Now, it gets a little bit stranger, this footage as well. So I'm watching this one, but a little bit later, another buzzard comes into frame. So I would say around about this time, February, they're going to be sort of pairing up for breeding season. So they're more than likely a breeding pair. I did witness them sort of doing some like courting rituals. What they decided to do, which I found even stranger really, were they both started tucking into a squirrel at the same time. One at buzzard was sort of out of camera angle really, so I just sort of focused on this one, but you will see a second buzzard come along shortly. Still mesmerised by it. You know, I've watched this footage a few times now and I find it amazing. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know in comments. And there's this second buzzard. You can see they're displaying, well, they're like, not displaying, but they try and protect it again. So these two have a little bit of sort of a courting ritual. What would be great is if a little bit later in the season I get to see youngsters. I would think they're going to be probably nesting in the same area. Look how protective they are. Even though they're breeding pair, it's like, you're not having my breakfast, go and get your own. But they have a little bit of scuffle at this moment. And like I said before, you know, one takes one squirrel and one has other. So they both get a good feed. Look at it with its wings spread out. It's like, this is mine, leave it alone. I've got some friends that fly Harris Oaks and I've watched their videos. And this is like, it's common behaviour really. So I've noticed when their oaks like sort of kill a rabbit or a squirrel, they display the same behaviours. So I hope you've enjoyed this footage. You know, it's like I say, it's unusual to sort of capture this kind of footage in wild. But we're nice. I sort of gave my session up for this. Realised they weren't going to shoot anything else, but I must have watched these birds for probably half an hour. Obviously I've condensed footage down. Just showed you the main bits. But I hope you enjoyed it. And like I said before, let me know in the comments what you think. Well, here's two greys that were dragged off. One there. One there. See what they've done. Started eating throat out. That one's same. It's a big buck, that one.